Hey guys, summer is here and I wanted to talk about what books I have been reading and what books that I wanted to share that you might enjoy. So summer is a nice time to read because we don't have quite as much going on. We have just more free time, more pool time, more sit outside while the kids play. So it's a great time to get some reading done. I used to read books like all the time, like that's all I would do. And then I had kids and it just didn't go so well because I would find I just kept rereading the same, sorry, I do not know what is going on with my hair. I just kept rereading the same paragraph over and over and over. So I have still read some books, but it definitely slowed down. But then here recently, I have kind of discovered the Hoopla app, and that is my new favorite. I do a lot of audiobooks. They're the same books that I would normally read, but instead of reading them, I listen to them. And this just works so much better for me right now because I can listen while I'm working in the yard or while I'm doing the dishes, or folding laundry. So I can listen while I'm doing stuff with my hands, so I can't actually sit and hold a book. And that way too, I found there are times when maybe I'm not being interrupted as much, like if I'm working in the yard or like mowing, the kids aren't coming up and asking me questions constantly while I mow, so I can just put some headphones on and I can listen while I mow. Same thing with the dishes. And then too, you can always just pause. And sometimes I have to rewind a little and be like, what happened? But for the most part, this works, and I have been able to consume so many more books than I was when I was trying to actually read. So yes, I am excited to have discovered Hoopla, and I do not know why it has taken me so long to do this because my son actually has been listening to books on Hoopla for a while now. So I don't know why it just finally hit me that I could too. I guess I was just thinking kid audiobooks. I just didn't even think about my books being on Hoopla. Oh, and my thing just lost internet. Well, I was going to show them to you. Let me see if I can get it back on internet. I discovered this author, Sarah Rosette, and she does the High Society Lady Detective series, and here's just one of the covers. I listened to all of them as quickly as I could. They're very good. I really enjoy them. It's a murder mystery, but it's just done in a really nice way. There's like a little bit of an understory going on and then the murder mystery. And it's not like some murder mysteries which actually can keep me up at night because they scare me to death. Like, it was just really good. And then it was historical. It's set like in the 1920s. And so I really enjoyed the historical context of it as well. And it was just very good. Then I discovered she had some other series. She actually has a lot on there. But the next series I went to was On the Run International Mystery. And that is the other series that I did. And they are current time period. But again, very good. And these are, I don't know that I'd say murder mysteries, but it is mystery. It's always something a little different. It's about a couple, and I don't want to give too much away in the book, but they go through all this mysterious stuff, and it's just, you never know where it's going to lead or who turns out to be who, and just difference. Like, one of them was a murder mystery. One of them was like a jewel thief. There's just different kinds of mysteries that they solve through kind of their everyday life. Then the other book and I've actually read this several times before, so this is an old book, but it is so good, just so good, is Frank Peretti's This Present Darkness. And this book is also, each time I read it, I just get something else from it. Like, this is a fiction book, so, keep that in mind. This is fiction. It is not the Bible or like real life, but it's written from a biblical worldview. Frank Peretti is a Christian, and so he writes from a biblical worldview. And I love the way he depicts spiritual warfare. And he just makes it seem so much more tangible and real in his books, because I do think that's something real, and especially right now in the world we're living in. I just found the books almost encouraging. I found it just helpful. But like I said, I mean, it is fiction, so you have to keep that in mind. But just looking at it through a biblical world lens, and then with what's going on in today's world, I really enjoyed these books. I found them encouraging, and as always, they're just nail biters, gripping. It's hard to stop listening or stop reading. And I plan to do his next book in this series. Let's see, this Present Darkness, so Darkness Before the Dawn. Is that what it is? I think the next one, which I've also read that one before too, but it's been many years, and that's next on my list to listen to or read. I have it in our library, so I might pull it out and read it, but otherwise I will just listen to it. So those are the ones that I've been listening to, and I know that I only mentioned like 3, but I read or listened to the entire series of those other 2, and they have like 5 books each, so technically that's 10 books of the Sarah Rosette, and then the 1 Frank Peretti book, so that's actually 11 books. And then before all of this started, Terry Blackstock, her new series is If I Run, and this is a really good series too. I mean, I say new, but this first book came out in 2016, and then it has 1 or 2 others that go in that series. And that I had actually read over kind of like the winter time, so it's been a little while, but I enjoy anything Terry Blackstock writes. I always really enjoy her. And if you enjoy Terry Blackstock, you probably would really like the Sarah Rosette. She has a similar writing style. Sarah Rosette is not writing from a Christian viewpoint or a biblical worldview. There is nothing bad really in her books. Nothing stands out to me that, you know how some books you read and you're just like, oh, every other thing you're trying, like I can't read them because of just the stuff that's in them. Her books are not like that. I feel like they're very clean and you can enjoy them. But there is no mention of the Bible or Christian things or even church or anything like that. But Terry Blackstock does write from a biblical worldview, like Frank Peretti, although Terry Blackstock's are much more, it's not necessarily centered on biblical things, but it's in there, if that makes sense. So hers are mysteries. Hers are murder mysteries usually. So yeah, those are the books that I have read in the last several months, and where I'm kind of going is that 1 Frank Peretti book. I don't know what I'll do after that, so I'd love to hear what you guys have been reading or what you plan to read this summer. Be sure to link a comment down below, and I will read those. I always read all of my comments. I enjoy hearing from you guys and knowing what you think. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye.